right. Let's give it a few seconds before I start. A few seconds, actually, a few minutes. Let's give it a few minutes before we start the show. I want to make sure that my YouTube channel is receiving content. It's green. It looks like it's healthy. That's always a great thing. So let's give it a few more minutes. I think let's start at 3:01. 3:01. Let's start at 3:01. Right now it's 3 o'clock. Give it a minute, and then we could start the show. All right. Looks like we are live. YouTube is stating that we're live. I'm going to give it a few more. 3:01. We're going to officially start. Hopefully you guys are tuning in. Awesome. Sweet. And it's 3:01. All right, guys. Welcome back to the server room, episode 11. Holy moly. Episode 11. 11 episodes. Crap. That's a lot. That's almost what? 3 months, right? 3 months. Crap. Wow. That's a lot. So, as always, big thanks for Lenovo for providing us with the TD340. That's what we have been using. We configured it. We've been using that a lot for the past shows. We did a little bit Azure, in the past, but the majority of the stuff that we've been doing is everything virtualization. I think 2 shows back, we actually physically touched a Dell PowerEdge R730. Big thanks for Dell for supporting us with that and shooting out an image using Unify firmware, still enabled. Awesome. Also, if you guys want to follow along, at the bottom of the description, I left you guys a link for the notes of today. We're going to do a little bit of PowerPoint. I know PowerPoint, right, is really boring. But me using PowerPoint would keep me organized and to point. I don't want to ramble like I'm doing right now. I'm rambling. I want to go straight to the demo and show you boom, boom, boom. That's the reason why I have my notes. I have my notes right here. I have 4 pages. And the way that I built my notes is it's like step A, B, C, D. I want to get everything, dead on so you guys can learn rather than me going to A and then through Z. And you're like, how the hell did you get through A through Z? So if you guys see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I want to make sure everything is working correctly. And I took notes for this to work properly. So today's episode is all about SCCM. I think last week we dealt with enabling the discovery methods and as well as creating boundaries. That's a pretty boring show. It was pretty easy, pretty simple. You have to do it because those 2 things are very important within SCCM, creating boundaries and also making sure that your infrastructure is capable for SCCM to gather boundaries. If not, you could able to create it manually using a subnet or a IP range and all that other stuff. And also enabling discovery methods, which we did. So today is all about configuring SUP. And SUP stands for, I believe, Software Update Point, which is a role within SCCM, which we need to install. And SUP works with WSUS. At the very beginning, when we did SCCM, we was using 1703 TP, the technical preview. And believe it or not, they released another build, which is 1706. And I upgraded our system, because we're doing this together, to the latest and greatest. And I'm going to remove the lower third, remove this. Hello, you should see my screen. And if you download that particular zip file, that zip file is going to contain the following. You're going to get the SUP, Software Update Point log information, as a PDF. This right here is just what I'm going to go over, the upgrade process. Upgrading SCCM has become extremely easy, especially when they enabled updates and services. Collections, SQL query, and client properties, which we will go over pretty soon when we're getting into creating collections and configuring our client installation properties. So this is the reason that I have it here. that stuff. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the update process, because I want to show you guys that one day I logged into my SCCM, making sure it's nice and healthy. You got to update the server and all that stuff. And long and behold, I received this guy. So I said to myself, okay, I got 1703. Should I install 1704, then 1705? And then I say, why not? Just basically just check the prerequisites for 1705. If it passed, hey, go for it. So I checked it. I checked both of them, and both of them checked, no problem. And I went straight to and then install 1705. I say, hell of, go for it. But before I even install 1705, as always, make sure you back up your physical server, or if you're doing it as a virtual machine, take a snapshot of your virtual machine. Okay? If you guys are joining in, this is your first time and you have the power, please leave a comment right below. Let me know where you guys are from. Say hi, say hello. Just say something. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share the video as much to your friends, your techie friends, your nerd friends, whoever's going to appreciate this stuff. So once you do install update pack, you're going to get the nice little configuration manager TP 1705 wizard. I'm just going over some of the things that I did behind the scenes, because I don't want you guys to think that everything is working for me because it's magic. It's not really magic. I had to do a couple of things behind the scenes because I don't want to waste a straight hour waiting for this stuff to work or process to continue with you guys. So I took some snapshots. So you get this, click next. You have two options. I pick upgrade without validating. But you are able to do validate in pre-production collection. So I left the default. This is the default that it chooses, this guy. So I left it as is. You have to accept the terms. And I don't think you need to do a software insurance expiration date. And once you hit next processes, and then you get this. Now, you would think that the update is completed, but believe it or not, it is not. Behind the scenes, it is running and installing and upgrading your SQL database and tables and stuff. So it takes some time. This is one of the things that you have to go grab a cup of coffee, come back, and just chillax, because this is not a 5-minute thing. This right here, this process took about an hour and a half, and I was doing everything as in a virtual environment. So once you get that, as you guys can see right here, the status is going to say installing, and then eventually you're going to get a pop-up, and the pop-up is going to want you to install extra stuff. And that extra stuff is basically upgrading your console and upgrading your SQL database. So you're going to get this, and long and behold, once you open up your console, you're going to see 1706. So for us, we close this stuff. 1706. So we are using 1706. 1706. How awesome is that? So let's get started. Let's install software update points, which is also abbreviated as SUP. So to do that within your SCCM console, I'm going to see if I control 4 to zoom in. Within your console, you want to go into administration. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. You want to go inside administration, and within administration, we need to go inside your site configuration. Within your site configuration, go to sites. And again, I only have one site because that's what we configured so far. I'm going to right click on this bad boy and go to add sites system roles. Awesome. Once you do that, you're going to get a nice little window that should pop up, and that's this guy right here. Beautiful. You got an exclamation point right here, so you're going to click on browse, and you're going to browse to your SCCM server. Okay, make sure you don't pick your SQL server, so make sure it's your SCCM one, and we're going to click OK. Boom, boom, boom. You can specify a fully qualified domain name for the site name for use for internet. I'm not going to do that as of now. You could require the site server to initiate connection to the site system. I'm going to leave that as is. I'm just going to leave everything as the default. And click next. Now from here, if you have an internet proxy server within your infrastructure, you need to set it up here. If not, you could just basically click next so you could get into the selection of the role. Now for this show, we're going to be installing 3 roles. The first role is going to be the software update point. We're going to do the catalog web server point and the website point. These are the 2 that we're going to be doing later, okay? But the one that we're going to be doing right now, and I mean later, you know, like later during the show, this show, okay? Not later next week. So from here, we're going to do is software updates. And once you click on software updates, you're going to see all this goodness populate right here. That's that goodness. That's what we need. We're going to click on next on that. And from here, you have WSUS configuration. Depending on your infrastructure and how you built your WDS, I'm going to do the 8530, 8531. You could do a require SSL communication to the WSUS. Because this is my lab and I'm not really too strict on security. I know it's bad practice, but best practice is you want your WSUS to be within the HTTPS realm to be secure. But for labs, 8530 is not that bad. 8531 is not that bad either. I'm going to leave this as is. You could allow configuration manager, cloud management gateway traffic. I wanted to do this with Azure, but I haven't had the time to play around with that. So later on, hopefully during one of these shows, I get to do that. Client connection type, I'm going to leave it as is because we're only dealing with our intranet inside our LAN, not outside. If you are dealing with internet and intranet, you have to pick this option right here. But for now, we're going to do intranet. And let's click on next to go to the next option. And again, specify a proxy and account settings for the software update point. I don't have a proxy within my infrastructure, but if you guys do have a proxy, go for it. I don't have that, so I'm going to click on next. And okay, so the synchronization source settings. If you have a WSUS server already within your infrastructure that has updates, you could actually use it to upstream that data. Okay, I think by default SCCM, the SCCM server has to have the WSUS console in it. Don't configure it. Okay, we didn't configure it when we installed SCCM 1703 technical preview. We did not configure WSUS. So we just installed the role and features of WSUS, but we did not configure it. Okay, don't configure it. Because SCCM is the one that's going to be configuring it. Yeah, SCCM is the one that's going to be configuring your WSUS console. It's weird the way that SCCM works with the WSUS console. I don't know. But you don't have to configure the WSUS console. But if you do have a WSUS console already in place that has a crap load of updates and you don't want to do this because this is going to take a while, you could do it. I'm going to do synchronize from Microsoft updates because I don't have that, and I definitely don't want to do that because I need the updates. And WSUS reporting events, you could do not create WSUS reporting events, create only WSUS. It's just up to you. I'm going to leave it as the default as do not create, and we're going to click on next. And this is a must. Make sure you enable it. By default, I don't know, this is weird because by default it's unchecked. So make sure it's checked off. Enable synchronization for a schedule. And from here, by default, you have 7 days, but you are able to change it to 7 hours every hour. So because I am in a, let's say I'm going to shorten down the days to every 2 days. All right. You can even customize it to something more, you know. So you could do start dates, you could do monthly, weekly, it's up to you. But for me, this is my lab I'm testing out. I'm just going to do 2 days. I can even decrease it for every 2 hours, but I don't want to kill my network. You can actually have an alert when synchronization fails on any site in your hierarchy. Most likely you might have to set up an SNTP server, or there's a setting within SCCM to set up SNTP to get those alerts. I'm not going to do that as of now because I don't have an SNTP server within my infrastructure, so click on next on that. And from here, you have, this is to the behavior for software updates that are superseded. Hopefully I said that right. By default, it says do not expire superseded software updates until the software update is superseded for a specific period. I'm going to leave this as is, and by default, it is 3. Okay, 3 months. But you could decrease it or increase it. It's really up to you. I don't know what's really best practice. I'm assuming 3 is best practice because that's the default, but I could probably be wrong. I'm definitely going to run the WSUS Cleanup Wizard. This right here is the WSUS Cleanup Wizard within the SCCM environment. This is different than what you would normally use within the WSUS console. It has its own maintenance cleanup feature, but this right here, SCCM takes care of that. We're going to click on next on that, and updates files. So specify the configuration for software updates content. Now you have an expression installation files provide smaller downloads and faster installation on computers because only the necessary files are downloaded and installed. That's a great thing. I love that. So I'm definitely going to be picking download both full files for all approved updates and express installation files for Windows 10. It's weird that they don't have an option that says express installations, right? Because right here it says faster. It makes smaller downloads and it's faster. So why not give you a third option? Who knows? So I'm going to pick download both files and approve updates for express installation. And I'm going to do is next on that. Now for the classifications. Now when I was playing around with this and I was doing a scenario, I was practicing it before I started the show with you guys, about 2 days ago. And one option, this option right here, when I enable it, I get a dialog box that I need certain KB files. Now, I'm going to show you guys. So with the classifications, I definitely want some critical updates. Security updates, service packs, yes. Updates, yes. But watch what happens when I do upgrades. Bam, look at that. So I looked this up. I clicked on the links. They give you information. But for some reason, these 2 KBs are not within or don't work for Server 2016. They don't have a Server 2016, so I've been searching around. There's been a couple of people requesting it or acquiring information on why KB 3095113 is not available for Server 2016. So again, because I really didn't test it fully and I couldn't find these updates for the current Server 2016 that we're using for the show, I'm hoping everything works out. So I'm just clicking OK. Now, if you are not using Server 2016 within your infrastructure and you have Server 2012 or 2012 R2, make sure that these 2 updates are installed first. Okay? So make sure, open up that notepad or Microsoft Word right now. I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds. All right, open up that Word and make sure you jot down to install KB 3095113 and also KB 3159706. Make sure you install those 2 updates within your server before you install your sub role. Okay. Got it? Awesome. So we're going to click OK with that. And we're just going to go for it and click Next. Hopefully it works out. I'm probably not going to wait until it's fully synchronized because synchronization takes forever. Serious, forever. From my understanding, for what I've read online, and I'm a big fan with Windows-noob.com. Neil is an awesome person. The majority of the stuff that I've learned within SCCM is from that site. And apparently, you have to check this and then uncheck it. The reason why is for the first synchronization, you don't want anything to get synchronized within your infrastructure. Not yet. Okay? By default, Windows stuff is already checked off. So checking the main root right here and then unchecking it will basically uncheck the ones that are by default checked because you don't want to synchronize anything. Okay? So from there, we're going to click on Next. Hopefully you guys are able to view. For language, by default, they give you Chinese, English, German. So I'm going to uncheck the Chinese and French. I'm going to leave English, even though I can't speak correctly half the time. And Russian, but it really depends on your infrastructure. Leave whatever you want. I'm going to be leaving English. Click on next, and within next right here, we're going to get a nice little summary of what's going on. And we're going to click next, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Let me zoom out of here a little bit. Boop, there you go. So now it's working. It's doing this thing. So I'm going to take a closer look at my notes. And within my notes, there's updates. Okay, so it says the add site system role wizard completed successfully. So you probably say to yourself, oh, it's done. Nah, not really. It's not done. It's behind the scenes stuff is happening. And you're probably saying to yourself, how can you figure out what's what? So there is a specific log within your C drive or wherever you dropped your SCCM installation. We're going inside the Microsoft Configuration Manager folder. So if you dropped it in your D drive, E drive, or a separate partition, whatever, locate that folder and go inside logs. Now within logs, again, I'm looking at my notes. All right, that's why I'm looking down. And I'm going to put my book over here because I have a better view. There is a sup setup.log. Now, and that's sup log, sup setup.log. You're probably not going to see it there until you install the software update point row. That's the only time it's going to appear. Now, from my experience, it normally takes a while for it to pop up. So I'm going to do a nice little refresh. Awesome. And let's do a date modifier, see if anything comes up. And yep, there it goes. See, 6/10/2017, 321. There's a crap load of other files that got updated. So we're going to double click on this guy. And this guy right here will tell you that stuff was found, stuff is installing, and all that good stuff. So right now, installing the prerequisites for the SMS WSUS. That's a good thing. We're going to go up a little bit. So it looks like it has started. It's going in here. It's installing. It's installing now. Shit. Oh, pardon my French. We already got an error. Crap loads. Damn. What is this error? All right. It failed to register. Blah. .NET frame. Crap. All right. So, but check this out. I'm going to zoom in. So I need to check that out behind the scenes, but we have the installation was successful, so that's a good thing. My major concern is this right here: failed to register C programs, Microsoft configuration, bin x64, WSUS MSP.del with .NET frame FX 2.0. So I'm afraid of that. I'm a little bit concerned. So I'm definitely going to look that up. Not now, because it's going to take forever. I'm going to look that up, and if you guys experience that, comments are right there. All right, guys, shoot me comments. I'm always willing to listen to you guys, and I'm always learning from you guys. But for now, our role has succeeded. Awesome sauce. Cool. All right, so before I continue, I'm going to go back into PowerPoint. I know, right? I'm going to go back into PowerPoint, and I want to just go over a couple of things because there's 4 major log files that are constantly used when you're installing WSUS, when you're installing roles and configuring your SCCM server. One is the SUS setup. I think that's the correct one. It's actually SUP. Apologies. Setup.log. This confirms the installation of SUP role status. Then you have WCM.log, which provides information about the software update points configuration connecting to the WSUS server. That's very important. You have WSUS control that provides information about the configuration, database connection, and health of the WSUS server. And then last but not least, you have WSync manager log, which provides information about the software update sync process. So these 4 logs are very, very important. You're probably not going to see the WCM. I don't think the WCM and let me see. Sometimes these guys don't appear until you start doing things. So I'm going to right click on that one because that's important to me, and I'm going to do a shortcut on that. And the next one that we're going to do, let's do this alphabetical order. Definitely this one. This is the one that we want to. WSUS control. I'm put that on the desktop. WSync manager. Definitely going to put that to the desktop. And the last one is WCM, and put that to the desktop. I love creating shortcuts to the logs because it makes life extremely easy for me. So those are the 4 that we're going to be using today. Very important shortcuts. Okay, these are very important. Now, if you don't know where they're at, I'll go over it one more time. Again, depending on where you install your SCCM. For me, I installed it on the C drive. Program files is the location where the Microsoft Configuration Manager folder is located. And inside logs, this is where you see all your logs. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, why do your logs look like this? Why do your logs, crap. Let me zoom in. There you go. Why your logs look like this? Okay, so for your logs to look like this, you need to make, I think, ctrace something, the default log. And that is a tool within Microsoft Configuration. You go inside Tools, and within Tools, CM Trace. So double click on that guy, and it's going to prompt you, do you want this application to be the default for your logs? Say yes, and then all your log files, which they seem like text files, are going to get converted to that particular icon, and then you're able to view them within this nice little kind of GUI thing. And I like this better because it breaks it down rather than the text files. Text file is a headache when you're looking at logs. All right, so now that our sync is completed and we saw within our SUP setup log, it was successful. Awesome. We're going to go back inside our SCCM console. And within our SCCM console, we're going to go back inside administration. So let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. All right, bam. We're going to go to administration. And within administration, we're going to sites, again, or sites configuration, then sites. And from your sites, pick your sites. We only have one site because we're doing a standalone infrastructure within SCCM. We're not doing a CAS. I wish we could, but eventually in the future, right? Future. We're going to right click on this guy, and we are going to do is configure site components. And the one that we want is software updates point. So click on that guy. Awesome. Now, within here, we need to get into, looking at my notes. We're going to go into products. And within products, this is where we're going to pick what's going to get synchronized. Now, I know there's been problems with this guy that Windows 10 does not show up. And again, I think the reason why I'm not seeing Windows 10 products is because, what do you think? Because I think the KB files that I haven't installed is causing the problem. Those 2 KB files, I definitely need to find them for the server 2016. Because if not, I am not going to see the Windows 10 stuff here. And that sucks. That sucks bad. So I want to check. Yeah, I definitely need to see what's going on. Server 2016 is fairly new. So I need to see what's going on with that. But for now, we're not going to stop. What we're going to do is we're going to just check Windows 7 because that's our favorite Windows operating system. And not a lot of people love Windows 10. But we're going to do Windows 10. We're going to do Windows 7 for now. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to fix the problem. I'm going to figure out the problem. And in the next show, I'll follow up with you guys. I'm not going to forget it. But for now, I just want to continue. I don't want to waste any time, especially for those individuals that are tuning in this Saturday, sunny Saturday, right? So I'm going to do the Windows 7. And I'm just going to hit apply. And OK with that. Awesome. And once you do that, I'm going to do software library. Again, the only reason that I'm not doing Windows 10 because I think those KB files that I have not installed beforehand are not available for Server 2016. I haven't found them myself. But if you are able to find those 2 KB files, hey, shoot me a link. Don't leave the link at the chat room because that stuff disappears. But come back later on, then leave it in the chat, and then I will see it. So we're going inside software updates, and within software updates, we're going to go to all software updates. Nothing is there as of yet. I'm going to zoom out of this. zoom out of this. Now this process takes a while, so it's not one of those things that's quick. But I am going to do is initiate the synchronization software updates. And as you guys can see, you got a nice little window. Let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can see. Control 4. So it says run synchronization. You can review the synchronization process by checking the SMS WSUS sync manager component within the component status. You could do that, but I like to use the log. So that's what we're going to use. And the log to check that would be wsync manager.log. So we're going to hit yes on that. Awesome sauce. And we're going to do a control 4, get out of there. And I'm going to right click. There you go, cool. We could do a little refresh right here. Again, nothing's going to pop up because it's going to take a while. Again, it's going to go inside the WSUS server and it's going to pull all that stuff into our SCCM. But if you want to check if stuff is working correctly, I'm going to double click on that WSync manager. Ooh, look at that. I got a crap load. I got an error. Says sync failed. WSUS update source not found on site BTN. Please refer to the WCM log for configuration. Ah, crap. I know what this is. Jiminy Cricket. Darn it. I know what this is. WSUS right here. Let's take a look real quick. I think I have a good idea of what's going on, but it's over here saying that WSUS sync running. Starting WSync catalog sync for upstream. It's running is running. But then again, I'm over here stating that it's error. Say the next schedule sync is to retry at blah. Interesting. I'm thinking, because I know I've seen this. I've seen this in the past. And it has to be the WSUS console. I guarantee you it's the WSUS console. So let me see something. Let me go back into that again. Let's click on that. Let's run that. Let's click yes. I could do the monitoring. Components. Ooh, look at that. Critical. 2 criticals. Configuration manager update. Interesting. All right, so I've had this problem in the past, and let's see. Synchronize. Same thing. But let's try this guy. But the WCM is stating that it's running. WSUS sync is running. And is attempting the connection to WSUS, blah, 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 port, blah. Got it. Okay, so, okie dokie. Thinking. Okay, see, it's running. So what's going on? Let's go back here. Software library. Nothing as of yet. All right, so I'm gonna try SMS WSUS sync. Yes, let's go to monitoring. And where's the WSUS sync? You guys see it? Does anyone see it? Because I'm really blind. Trying to find it. There it goes. Got a couple warnings. Let's double click on that. Nope, sorry. Let's right click on that. Let's go into show messages to show the warning and see what the warning states. Yeah, there you go. And nothing. It says warning, but I'm not getting anything. All right, so let's right click, go to show all, show all. All right, let's do a month ago. Click on that. All right, cool. Cool. What's this guy right here? It says the WSUS synchronization failed. WSUS update source not found on the site BTN. Please refer to the WSUS for configuration. Yeah, but all right. So okay, guys. If you guys, okay. So I'm looking at the WCM log. And within the WCM log, I'm not seeing anything, as there's no. Okay, we have a set configuration state failed, but that was on the 6th. So I'm looking. All right, so I'm gonna see the chat room. Let's see in the chat room. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? All right, so right now I'm in a little jam, and looking at the logs. If I look at WSync Manager, right now is providing a nasty little error that that something failed within our synchronization. So I'm going to do something real quick. Let's do something really quick. So let's go to software libraries. I'm definitely not going to see any softwares right here, which is okay. So I'm going to close this guy up, and I'm going to open up Server Manager. So I'm going to do a little bit of troubleshooting and see what happens. If nothing happens, I'm going to continue with the show. But it is okay. It is okay. So what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to go inside Server Manager, and within Server Manager, I'm going to remove WSUS. And once I remove WSUS, I am going to re-add it again. So I'm going to go to Manage, Add Rows. Actually, not Add Rows. What we're going to do is Manage, Remove Rows and Features. Click on Next on that. And, yep, click on that. And the one that we want to do is this guy. Let's uncheck that. Yep. Remove all those features. Click on Next. Click on Next on that and remove. Cool. Cool. So, crap. Yeah. So I think within our SQL server, we had WSUS connected to our SQL server, I think, right? So I'm going to log into this server and check and confirm if that's correct. This is what the server room is all about, us doing stuff live. All right, I got a couple of updates, so I'm going to uncheck that. All right, so I do have a SUSDB on it. I'm gonna remove that. Screw it. So I did attach our WSUS server to it. So I am going to go back into our SCCM. Okay, it's still removing is removing WSUS. So what I'm going to be doing is removing our WSUS, right, row from our SCCM machine, and then I'm going to re-add it again. Okay, so let's go inside the comments and chats, see how everyone's doing. We're going strong, 38 minutes. Caught a little bug or caught a little problem, which is okay. First problem was those 2 KB files. I couldn't find them for Server 2016, and I think that's the reason why the Windows 10 products did not show up within the product section, which sucks. And my next problem is the WSUS synchronization failed. I'm going to click OK on that. I'm going to do is a restart. I'm going to restart because we just removed something within our server, and we're going to re-add it again. So let's restart our machine. Restarting. Okay. And I'm trying to do basic troubleshooting because I know I've seen this in the past. God damn it, it's doing updates. I know I've seen this in the past, and WSUS, if you have the WSUS console installed first, it's a problem, but it's a requirement when you need to install WSUS. So I don't know why it causes a problem when you need to configure SUP. I don't know why. It sucks. I don't know why. So let's see the chat room. I have a couple people. Hi, Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? And how's everyone doing? Got a lot. Hey, Big R. I got Wong. Hi, Wong. How you doing? How's everyone doing? Got people from Germany, Turkey, Colombia. I've got the upgrades objects in the tree. Big R, you have the upgrades? I don't have the upgrades. I don't know why. My machine, okay, so I probably need to go back and double check and definitely get those updates, because I think those updates are going to cause problems for me. I'm not going to see the Windows 10 products, so I definitely need to take my sweet time, look for those KBs. I'm going to install them, and on the next show, everything should be up and running. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm going to remove the WSUS because I am getting problems doing a synchronization. I know in the past, me removing it and re-adding it again fixes the problem, so I'm crossing my fingers that works, but we will see. We got a couple of people talking about upgrading Server 2012 DC domain controller to Server 2016. You could do in-place upgrade is the best way to do it. I do recommend making sure you do a full backup of your domain controller. Full backup. Test the backup. Make sure it's working. If you do a virtual machine, take snapshots of the virtual machine, or back up your virtual machine. Or if you're doing Hyper-V, make sure you're backing up the VHDX file. Backup. Very important. Back it up. Do the in-place. Bam. Good to go. Okay. Yeah, you could do a fresh install, but fresh install is such a... So it depends. If you're doing it over the weekend, you could definitely go for a fresh installation of a domain controller and just go for it. I've done it in the past, but it's one of those things that you definitely have to go to work in the weekends. Do not do it during a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, because it would be a headache. Because things normally don't work, and you want to have a lot of time and less headaches of people complaining that stuff is not working correctly. So make sure you do all that stuff after hours, okay? Chuck, I love VM backup solution. Yes, VM backup solution is really, really good. Are you using the free version, or are you using the enterprise version? Because I know the free version, you're very limited in what you're doing. On the enterprise version, they like enable and activate a crap load of awesome features. So I definitely want to know what kind of VM backup software version you're using. Okay, Big R say he got the updates in the tree, but my box is standard 2012 with WSUS, no SCCM. Okay. So you got me worried a little bit, because I thought, oh wait a minute, you got the KBs for 2016. I didn't get them. I update my damn machine all the time. And shoot, right now it's working on features 100%. Do not turn off your computer. So what I did was I remove WSUS from the SCCM, because within our WSense manager log, we receive a WSUS synchronization error. That sucks. That really sucks. So I've seen that problem in the past with older SCCM consoles like Server 2007 and SCCM 2007 and SCCM 2012. And removing WSUS and then re-adding it again is 50-50. It works. So hopefully I get the 50 that works today. But it's taking forever to load up. Oh, look at the memory. Memory's going crazy. Let's do an auto fit on that. All right. I'm gonna wait a little bit until it goes down a little bit. All right. Yes, Big R again. Snapshot, back up your DC controller. Make sure you got a good, clean backup. Test the backup. But yeah, make sure. Backup. Sorry, guys. Again, it's always allergies or I'm always sick or something. Take a little water break. All right, I'm going to log into this machine, and we're going to install WSUS. And let's log in. I know the first time with these damn virtual machines, it just, with my infrastructure, it just takes forever. But damn, we had to get a hiccup. But it's good we got hiccups. This is how we learn. This is what the server room is all about, right? We finally see these hiccups. We try to figure out the hiccups. If I can't figure out this problem, I'm definitely going to write this down, and I'm going to work on it, take snapshots, take pictures, and you're probably going to see another PowerPoint for the next video, and I'm going to show you guys how I fixed it and what I did and all that stuff. I'm definitely going to link into those 2 KBs within my server because I definitely need to get that Windows 10 products up and running. So, again, this is stuff that we're going to follow up for the next show, and I'm excited about the next show, man. Oh my God, I'm excited because the next show is all about deploying an operating system. We're going to be migrating our MDT server, this guy right here, our MDT server that we built, we've been using, we've been deploying within the BIOS and as well as unified firmware servers, and we've been testing all that stuff out. So I'm excited. I'm super excited. We're going to be migrating our MDT to a SCCM, and then we're going to deploy an operating system. Bam. But for now, we need to get some software updates. We need to get that damn software update point ready. But my virtual machine always takes forever to boot up. But it's okay. We're going to give it some time. Let it get some time. I'm going to go talk to you guys. Hey, what's up, Ronnie? How you doing? Yes, Big R. Yes, I do agree with you. It's always fun when stuff breaks. And I love doing this show with you guys is because when stuff breaks live, I'm put on the spot. You know, no one's perfect. Us IT guys, we're not perfect. We Google a lot or we talk to our associates to get information. I'm still learning SCCM. I am not a huge, experienced professional person that deals with SCCM. I know what I know because I do my research and I test everything out. Right? That's the only way that you learn is you have to break it. Once you break it, you learn how to fix it. Once you learn how to fix it, the next time that you rebuild it, everything is working with no problem. Now, 1706 is a new beast, new technical preview, so there's probably the crap load of bugs and problems that I don't know of as of yet because I haven't read the documentation yet. So I'm using SCCM 1706 blind right now. So we see. What we're going to do is we're finally in. Let me check the resources. Resources within our SCCM looks okay. I'm going to do is start and go to Server Manager. I'm going to load up Server Manager. I'm going to install the WSUS console again. I'm going to go back inside our SCCM console. And then we're going to initiate our thing again, right? Cool. We're going to let that Server Manager dashboard. I can't stand this right here. This takes forever to load up, and eventually you get stuff that's on red. Like, come on. Serious? Get it going. Get it going, Office. Get it going, Microsoft. I know. I'm telling you. Google is an IT's best friend. You got to understand, a lot of people have dealt with these problems, and God bless their soul, they have placed information online. Even though sometimes the information is kind of off, and you have to decrypt it and try to piece things together to work for your environment. But eventually, once you piece everything together, hey, put that stuff out there. That's what I like to do. I start piecing things together and making it work for my infrastructure, for my environment, and then I push it out to you guys because it makes it easier for you, right? And then if you have things to add, you add to that. Make it grow, right? All right, so our server manager dashboard is done. We're going to hit manage on that. And we're going to do add roles and features. And we're gonna try this troubleshooting right now real quick together. If it doesn't work out, you know what? We're gonna continue with the show. The next thing we need to do is create collections, add the web service point row and the website point row, configure the client, do a GPO configuration. I'm gonna do all that stuff. But for now, I want to troubleshoot this because this is gonna drive me nuts over the weekend. Yes. Click. So I just checked that. Click on next. I'm gonna click on next on that. Click on next on that. Now I did SQL Server connectivity. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna do this. Screw it. I'm just gonna do the WID, which is the Windows internal database. Let's do this to keep everything simple. And let's do the WSUS services. Click on next. Store updates in the following location. Now, I have a location already. And where are you? There we go. Here goes that sexiness. So we're going to drop it back in there. Click on next. Awesome. And we're going to click install. I don't think I need to reboot the machine. You guys think I need to reboot the machine? I really don't want to reboot the damn machine because it takes forever to get it up and running. Damn server. See, Ronnie, yup, yeah. Google is our best friend. Google has always been there for us. Oh, I never thought about that. That's a good one, Big R. Thank you. I'll make a note of that. Turn off the server manager within GPO. That's pretty interesting, especially I am deploying a lot of Server 2016 machines. Server manager is a pain in the ass. You could go inside manage and then turn it off for it not to load up, but a group policy, I like that. I never thought about that. Cool. Thank you for that, Big R. Big Ronnie said he just fixed a problem with Google this week using it. Awesome. Big R says the best problems are the ones you discover yourself. No mention on Google. Oh my God, those are the best ones because you find a problem, you figure out the problem, you fix the problem, and you have two choices. You could be the good guy or you could be the bad guy. The good guy is you could write up a nice little blog and then distribute it to people, which that's what I do. You're welcome. And you could be the bad guy. You could just keep it to your damn self and not share it out to the world, which the majority of the people, that's what they do. And that sucks because, my thing is we're all here to learn together like a family. The more we learn together, the stronger you get. All right, so I'm not going to launch this. Close it. Close it. I'm not going to launch that. So I'm not going to launch it. No. So I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to open up my SCCM console. I want to check something out because I think what I did was I launched it. I think that's what I did. We see. If I can't get it to work, I'm going to continue going with the show. I don't want to keep you guys too much. We've already been going strong for about 52 minutes. Crazy. But I'm going to try a couple more things, and if not, we're going to continue the show. I want to continue because we got a lot more to do. Reboot it twice? What do you mean? Reboot the server twice once the WSUS rows is installed? That's what you're trying to tell me? All right, so I'm going to go into software library, and within software library, library, software updates, all software updates. No updates, I know that. Click on you. Click on you. Let's click on WSync Manager. All right. All right. WSUS hasn't updated yet. Doesn't look like it's updating. All right, wait a minute. Okay, 346. Final supported assembly Microsoft updates administration. Doom. All right, it looks like something's happening. Something's happening. All right. So, and from the look at the logs right here, this is old. This is 319. This is old. So I'm not even gonna worry about that right now. What I'm worried about is that at 419, it's the next schedule. So I'm going to give it some time. We're going to wait. So what we're going to do is we're going to just leave it be. We're going to leave it be. We're going to leave it be. All right. And I'm going to minimize that. Let's open up our SCCM. We're just going to leave it be. Leave it be. Right. So let's go back into administration, site configuration, sites. I'm going to right click on this guy real quick. I just want to check something real quick. Go to configure site components and software update points. And let's launch this guy up. Okay. Update files. Got it. Classifications. Okay. Products. I know the products. Windows 10 is not going to show up. No. Sync schedule. Let's do 1 hour. Screw it. Let's just do it 1 hour. Whatever. All right. And okay. So let's just continue in the show. We're gonna let it run behind the scenes. I said at 419 it should sync up again. I'm not gonna bother it. I'm just gonna leave it alone because sometimes when you leave stuff alone, you know, it works, right? It just works. Me doing this constantly is just me being paranoid right now. That's what it is. It's just me being extremely paranoid. So let's check this guy configuration. This is for the SQL. It's 354. Successfully. Okay, bam, right here. Look, so 354 successfully connected to the thing. Checking for support. So this is the 355, which is a couple minutes. It's support WSUS version found. Good. Attempting to connect to the local. Great, because we're doing the local. We're not doing the database anymore. I changed it. I say screw it. Let's do local. We want it to work. Okay, cool. That's the configuration part. Sup setup is what we checked. All right, so we don't need to check that again. All right, so we're just gonna let it run. Behind the scenes, we come back to later. So let's just continue. So what we need to do is let's get into administration, and within administration, we are going to actually let's go assets and appliance, and within asset appliance, let's go to device collection. So by default, you have these. This is out of the box SCCM. This is what they provide you. Let's zoom in a little bit for you guys. So I just went inside assets and appliance and overview and devices and collections. And by default, SCCM provides you all desktops and server clients, all mobile devices, all systems, and all unknown computers. Now, if I double click on all systems right now, double click. Awesome. You're going to see all the computers right now that I have within my Active Directory. Again, this is because we enabled those discovery methods on the last show. And it picked these guys up. Okay, but I need to break it down because I have servers and I also have workstations. So I need SCCM to get a little smart for me and, you know, break it down. I want workstations and I want a server node. Again, they do provide you out of box stuff, but they don't give you the ones that you want to use. And these guys right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is create one. Now, if you guys downloaded, let me do Control-4, get out of here. Let me minimize this. If you downloaded the files, I have cheat sheets. I love cheat sheets because it makes life easy. I have one for all workstations and I have one for all servers. So to make life easy, I'm going to copy the all workstation one. And we're just going to copy and paste because it makes life easy, right? So let me get out of here. Let's get out of here. Awesome. So I just copy that entire thing. We're going to do the all workstation. So we're going to create a collection. So right click on device, create a device collection. And from here, we are going to give it a name. So this is all workstations. Workstations consists of the machines within your infrastructure, you know, your desktops, your laptops. Limiting collection, I'm going to browse that, and you want to do all systems, right? You want this particular device collection to go inside all systems. Again, all system collects everything, right? Laptops, desktops, all that, all-in-one computers, whatever. It collects everything, and then you want to, you know, have a subdivision of that all systems to all workstations. We're going to click on next. And from here, define the membership rules for this collection. If you click on add rule, you have a bunch of them: direct rule, query, device catalog rule, include collections, exclude, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do the query rule. And we're going to give this guy all workstations. And you can import one. You can edit. This is a resource. And I'm going to do edit query statement. And once that loads up, come on. Oh, so Ronnie, I'm not really running vSphere. I am running, this is the vSphere client, but I'm running ESXi version 6.0, which is very limited with processors. And then memory. I don't really have a full enterprise ESXi. Again, this is a lab, and you know, I don't have the, you know, the skills or the money to get the enterprise version. But I am working myself into building a vSphere client so I can have some fault tolerance and all that good stuff for you guys in the future. So that's going to be future shows. From here, we want to do is show query language. I want to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. There it goes. Click on that, and bam. So I'm going to do enter, and let's take these question marks out of here. Awesome. And we're going to just, there it goes. Doesn't matter. Bam. So this right here will locate all workstations. I haven't tested it out yet, and again, when I tested it out on 1703 and it worked. 1706, I'm hoping they haven't changed any of the tables. If not, I gotta rechange it again. See, that's what I'm talking about. Damn. So what we are going to do is okay on that, and you could schedule a full update for the collection. This is up to you. Click OK. I'm going to leave it as the default. You could do use incremental updates for this collection. I'm going to leave it as default. Click on next. And click on next on that. Awesome. So let that do its thing. Looks like it's completed. I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to click OK. All workstations is going to take a while for it to populate. But the next one that I want to do is servers. So I'm going to select this right here. Awesome sauce. We're going to go back. Oh, sorry. I'm going to go back into this. And let me zoom in. I'm going to right click on collections, create a device collection, let the wizard pop up. This is all servers. Awesome. We're going to limit the collection to all systems. Click OK. Awesome. Click next. We're going to add a rule, query rule. We're going to add, this is all servers. And we're going to do is edit. Excuse me. Yep, we're going to edit the statement, and we're going to add and paste that segment. So what we're going to do is show query. If you don't want to do that, you can always go back. You can always hit that little star once it loads up. You can always hit this star right here and then do the select resources, the alias, and, you know, attributes. Okay. But we're not doing that, so we're going to do that. And we are just gonna paste that guy. Look at that. Good stuff. And okay. Again, you could change the schedule. I'm gonna leave it as the default and click next. Hopefully everything works out, because I don't know if 1706 changed tables on me. Okie dokie. Okay. All right, so let's go back. Let's go here. Click on here. Okay, workstations and servers. Oh, oh man, that's awesome. Okay, so let's double click on all servers. I'm excited because it worked, and I see stuff in here, right? So that's a good thing. So that means 1706, the tables weren't changed as much. So all servers collection, that's what we created, and we also created all workstations. So click on that, and these are the workstations that I have within my infrastructure. And I think this is the one that we're going to be using with the GPO stuff. Awesome sauce. Good. So that's how you create collections. That is how you manipulate them to create certain ones. Like I broke it down for all servers, all workstations. You can even do it for all systems with Windows 7. You could break it down to all systems with Windows 10, and it keeps it nice and organized, especially when, let's say, you have like patch week or Patch Tuesday, and you have all these patches. You create an advertisement and you push it out to a specific collection. Let's say you create an advertisement with all Windows 10 or all Windows 7 updates. You take that package, or you take that advertisement, and you push it to that device collection. Easy peasy, right? So next in my list is let's add roles. Let's add 2 additional roles, which is the web server point and the website point. Now, for this to work, you got to make sure you have IIS installed. That was one of the requirements. It's really weird because when you're installing SCCM, there's always requirements that you need, and then all of a sudden, nothing works because you have the requirements, and you have to remove it, re-add it. So I'm hoping the IIS stuff works out for me. So I'm going to just zoom out real quick. And from here, we need to go back inside administration. Hopefully, you guys are able to see. And I'm going to get that out of here. Go inside site configuration or overview, site configuration, sites. I'm going to right click on this guy. And we want to do is add sites, system, and roles. Okay. Awesome. So go to browse. And you're going to pick your SCCM. Let me see if I could zoom in for you guys so you guys can see a little bit. And awesome. So make sure you pick your SCCM. We're going to click OK. Also, I'm going to take a little water break. Woo. All right, I'm going to leave everything as the default as when we install the SUP, the software update point. We're going to click on next on that. Again, if you have a internet proxy server into that information, I don't have one, so I'm clicking next on that. We installed the software update point, so that's the reason why we don't see it there, even though we got problems. We are going to do the web server point, and we're also going to do the website point. As you guys can see, a lot of goodness popped up on the side because that's what we need to configure, so we're going to click next. And your IIS website, default website. So I want to do the following with you guys. Let's go to start. And let's go IIS. Did I spell it right? Probably I spelled it wrong, probably. There it goes. Let's click on that guy. And I want to show you guys that I'm doing all this stuff live. I haven't even tested none of this stuff out for you guys. I still have the W stuff administration thing. Cool. So oh, see, he's doing he's doing 85, 30, and 85. Okay, cool. I just wanted to check because that's the default. But I don't have any application pools. Let me see. Does anything? Because I haven't touched IIS at all. All right, so I don't have CM application catalogs, SViews, which CM, I don't have that. So let's minimize that. I'm going to leave it as the default. I'm going to be the web server The web service point, I'm going to leave it as 80. Again, this is my lab, but I would say best practice would be drop it inside a 443. Get an SSL certificate from somewhere and just, make your site nice and solid, okay? I'm going to leave it as the default as 80, and I'm going to leave all this gibberish as is, and we're going to click on next. Awesome sauce. And from here, this is configure IIS for this application catalog website point. Okay. This one was for your web server point, and this one is for your website point. Okay. The default catalog, I think the other one was catalog SVC. Good. And this one is just catalog. You already got one server, default, that's the NetBIOS name. This is weird because I don't have the option to do HTTP, port 80 on this one. It is recommended to do 443 on it, and I'm just going to allow internet-only connections, okay? And that's the only option that I have. So we're going to click on next. And let's give an organization. Let's go BTNHD. And you can actually change the color scheme. I'm going to leave it as blue because that's my favorite color. And we're going to click on next on that. And let's zoom out of there. So you get a nice little summary. You're going to click on next. And as always, every time you install a role within your SCCM, there's a particular log that you could go into to check the status of it. And this one is called AWeb SVC MSI. I think that's the name of it. So we are going to close it. And we're going to go inside our C drive. And C drive, again, you go to wherever your configuration main root is at. Go inside the log folder. And within the log folder, you should find, let's date modify. Boom. Oopsies. Where are you? Cool. Nothing's there yet. So this has been updated. Let's see something. Where are you? Hasn't created yet. Uh-oh. All right, so this is one of those moments that it's going to take a sweet time popping up. Yep, the log will take its sweet time showing up. Ah, crap. All right. So that's taking its sweet time. So we're going to give it some time for it to pop up. Before we even get into the config client setting and also configure the GPO and all the other stuff, let's take a look at our software updates. Looks like we don't have anything as of yet. Nothing. No. All right, let's check our logs. All right, good stuff. Let's check this out. Let's refresh this. See what happens. I want to see if anything good popped up. Okay. Looks like something is happening because you see the CM application catalog SVC. That wasn't there. So it looks like something's happening. Let's go inside the application pool. And config manager application web server pool was added, right? I think that was added. I don't think I saw that. So stuff is happening. So that's a good thing. But for some reason, the log is not showing. Oh, here it goes. Oh, hey-oh, here it goes. Told you, it takes time. God damn it, it takes time. I'm going to F4 that so you can zoom in. Bam, there it goes. Let's double-click on that bad boy. And let's look at it. Windows install the product. Blah, blah, blah. Application server. Got another red. Hate reds. What's going on with all this red, man? Stop with all this red. So it looks like this is it. It looks like it's installed. Or it looks like it's still going. So I think we're going to give it some more time. Let's check this out. let's check this log out. Let's control 4 out of here. It's red, but I don't think it's an error. Oh, it is an error right here. Installation succeeded or error status 0. We started restart manager session closed. So log in. Do I have to restart the manager? Interesting. All right, so let's restart the manager. I'm going to restart the manager because that's what the log says. I'm going to right click on this guy and I'm going to send it to our desktop. Cool. Awesome. So I know it's work. I know something has to be working because within our IIS we didn't have the config manager application web server pool, and we didn't have the CM application catalog SVC, right? So what happens if I browse? See what happens if I browse. I click on it. Is it gonna load up? Yes, Big R, this is so true. Everything with SCCM is a waiting game. It's a huge waiting game. Actually, everything that you do in IT is a waiting game. You just have to have patience. You have to be like the Jedi. Got to be that Jedi. All right, so it looks like it's taking its sweet time. Yeah. Come on. I know I clicked it. Oh, there it goes. It's loading up. All right, so access denied. So that means I have to modify some permissions. You do not have permission to view the directory of the page using the credentials you supply. Access denied. Access to web server. Okay, to give access to the C. All right, so it looks like I need to modify some permissions. I'm not going to bother that as of yet. I'll deal with that later on, but let's continue with the show. So it looks like our stuff is installing. So there's a couple of things that I definitely need to work on behind the scenes and need to do some research. And again, I'm running a technical preview. So technical previews always have a bunch of bugs and issues. So probably these are the issues that's coming up with this technical preview. So I'm definitely going to look it up, do some research, and then on the following show, we're going to just go over some of the stuff. So what we're going to do now is configure the client settings, and to do that, we're going to go inside administration, and within administration, let's go to client settings. They provide you a default client settings. Let me zoom in for you guys real quick. They provide you a default client setting, but it's best practice that you create one for yourself. So what we're going to do is create custom client device settings, and we're going to click on that. You're going to get a nice little wizard, and within this wizard, once it loads up, we are going to give it a cool name. So what we're going to do is client settings for all workstations. Awesome sauce. And from there, we're going to do is client policy. Remember, when you pick one of these, you get more goodies right here. We want to do is computer agent. And the last one, but not least, I think we need to do software updates. And that's it. That's it. So we need to configure each one. And to configure each one, just click on client. By default, the client policy polling interview is 60 minutes. You could change it to whatever you want. I'm going to do every 5 minutes. Again, it's my lab, so I want stuff to start talking to each other quickly. Enable user policy on the client, definitely. Enable user policy requests for the internet client, no, because I'm not doing internet stuff. I'm doing intranet. Computer agent. Within computer agent, you have a crap load of goodness here. Now, hopefully my IIS stuff worked correctly because I need to assign a default application catalog website point. So let's see if this works. So let's set that. And bam! Yeah. All right, so you can automatically detect, or you could use whichever one you want. Let's see. I'm trying to think which one is best practice. Use the internet. I'm gonna use this one, fully qualified domain name. I know on the old SCCM builds, they didn't have this. They just had the website. So I'm definitely gonna use the internet full qualified domain because As long as you have a working DNS and your machines within your infrastructure are capable of resolving themselves with FQDN, right? You should be good to go. So we're gonna click OK on that. Awesome. I'm looking at my notes because there's a crap load of stuff. Add default application catalog website to the internet browser, Internet Explorer trusted site zone. This is up to you if you want to add that. I'm gonna hit yes for that. Yeah, add that. Add that to the trusted site zones. Give your organization display software. So this is going to be BTNHD software depot software center. Whatever. All right. So once you do that, the next thing that you want to do is you want to disable deadline randomization. Oof, that's a big one. So let's disable that. Okay, and install permissions for all users, only administration. If you want your users to have access to install packages or updates when they go to the site, you have to make sure that you pick this option. Okay, if not, that means you got to constantly have to be an administrator to install the stuff. Okay. You want to, when you create these packages, let's say you have Office 2016, you want people to deploy it, or you push out a deployment, someone has their machine off and they want to deploy it because your advertisement has expired. You tell them, hey, go to the site, click on this, and it's going to get installed. Once you do that, software updates, and within software updates, again, make the modifications that you want. I'm going to leave everything as the default. Software update scans 7 days. Actually, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to do minutes. 1 minute. I'm going to do like real small. And schedule deployment reval, I'm going to do again 1 minute. 7 days is good, but because I'm running everything in a local environment, it's just testing wise. I say, why not? Oh, I got to change the date too. Change the date. So we're going to do today. Let's do that. It's going to do, let's customize it a little bit more. Press OK. Awesome. Like that better. Let's customize our schedule, because if you customize it, you have more power. More power to you. Definitely going to do 1, and I'm going to do 1 minute. OK. OK. Excellent. I think with the custom and coordinators, yeah, I'll make sure I have that, because I know that in the past caused problems. So I'm gonna enable that. There we go. And once everything is done, click OK, and you should see your new client settings for all workstations. Awesome. Cool. Now, going back into my thing, we need to do is configure your client's installation properties. Now, your client application has properties, and it has one default one, and that's to assign the site code, which my site code is BTN. And remember, I think it's 3 letters, and that's when you're configuring your SCCM for the first time, you have to provide a site code. Now, that site code is a pain in the butt to change. I don't think you could change it once you set it. And once you set it, it's locked on. That's the only thing that's configured. So what we're going to do is within administration. So we're going to go administration. We're going to go to sites. And within sites, I'm going to right click on my site, and we're going to do is client installation settings, and we're going to do is client push installation. Hopefully you guys can see that. Guys can see that? I think you guys can see that. All right, so let that load up. Awesome. So once this load up, what you want to do is go inside installation properties. As I said a couple seconds ago, the default installation property is your site code. Okay, so depending on your site code, this is it. Now, don't think this is where you change your site code, okay? Your site code has to match what is hardwired into your SCCM installation, okay? So that doesn't mean that you can go here and change it. If you change it and your clients on the clients on your workstations is going to try to talk to your SCCM and the site code, it's not going to work because you changed it. So don't change it. So the two things that I'm going to be adding is cache and log. And again, I provided the cheat sheet for you. And let's see if we get out of here real quick, and let's go to client. There we go. So we're going to do, copy this guy, go in here, make a nice little space, and boom. And I'm just going to apply real quick. I'm just going to get out of here because I want to load this up. I'm just going to load it real quick. There you go. There you go. And 4. Awesome. Bam. There it goes. Okay, so again, I had this by default. This is the default one that I had, the SMS site code, and I added the cache size. The cache size, I gave it 20 gigs. It's really up to you how you want to do it. The SMS log max history is 3, and the log max size is 10 megabytes. Okay? So that's what I did. Again, you could change it for your environment, and from my understanding, there's a crap load of other installation properties that you could set. I mean, there's like a list that you could configure your client installation with your client application within your workstations on your floor to do a lot of things. But these are the 4 that you could set up, and I normally set up for my environment for a production environment. And we're gonna click OK on that. And we're good to go. Now, there's a way you can configure WSUS GPO configurations to start talking to your WSUS server. So, let's go inside my MDT. I'm going to go inside my MDT because my MDT, believe it or not, is my domain controller. Dun, 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 dun. So, there you go. This is my domain controller right here. And I already created the group policy. So you go open up the group policy editor management editor, group policy management editor. I created a group policy and I enforced it. Let's go to edit. And within edit, we need to go inside the following. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see a little better. So we need to go inside computer configuration. We need to go inside preferences. Oh, sorry, policies. Admin templates. Let me expand this a little bit for you guys so you guys can see. Windows components. Within the Windows components, there's another node that states Windows updates. Click on that. And once you click on that, there's an option that says specified Internet Microsoft Update Service location. So double click on that. And there you go. Awesome sauce. Cool, cool, cool. That's it right there. How beautiful is that? You enable it. You set your WSUS. Hopefully that works out. I'm hoping it works out. If you have an alternate download server, go for it. If not, just detect updates from there and there. Press OK. Again, I added it to an OU already. So I added into a OU. So I'm going to close this guy up. And I added it to the main domain. So it's going to go into all the machines. And we could test that out because, believe it or not, this machine right here is part of the domain. Okay, let's log into this bad boy. So Control Alt Insert. Let's log in. Hit OK. Awesome. So I'm going to right click on the start menu and actually go to run. Let's go to run. And I already typed it in because I tested this out beforehand. What you could do is run a rsop.msc and click OK. It's going to run a local report of policies that have been placed within this server from your domain controller. So if you have a crap load of updates, it's going to process it and it's going to show you. So Again, you're just going to go to that same location of where we went for our group policy. The group policy that we created, well, I created behind the scenes, but I'll show you how to do it. Hopefully you guys know how to create a group policy. You go inside. Oh, crap. Let me get out of here real quick. There it goes. And let me locate you. Where are you? Let me get you out. Where are you? There it goes. Okay, cool. So let me zoom in. Awesome. We're going to go to admin templates, Windows components. Again, you don't see the rest of the crap here because we're only pushing one policy. OneDrive, you're probably saying, hey, what's that OneDrive? That OneDrive was a video that I did for you guys, so you got to check that out. Windows updates, and within Windows updates, you're only going to see one specific entry, and it's the one that we configured within our group policy. So this machine right now is grabbing or talking to our WSUS. Yay. I want to check something out real quick. Ah, crap. Yeah, I'm logged in as an admin. Whatever. I hate when internet Edge does that. That's such a silly little thing. Silly little thing that that these people did. I want to check something out. I just want to check something real quick. Hello. For those individuals joining, we are going strong, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Holy crap. We're almost done with the show. We're almost done. Just want to check something out. It's forbidden access. It's okay. Again, it's probably something that I definitely need to configure. But I will probably configure it later on and follow up with you guys on the next video. Okay, so that's our group policy. That is how you configure a group policy to talk to your WSUS server. Got it? So now our WSUS server is our SCCM server, which is going to be managing the software updates, hopefully. And right now, that's the group policy portion of everything. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to enable software updates based client installation, meaning you want the client to be pushed within the Windows updates portion, right? Yeah. Okay, yes. You want the SCCM client to be used or pushed out within your WSUS to your machines to get installed. Okay? So do that. It's really simple. So I'm going to close this guy up and I'm going to minimize this guy and let's open up this guy. So what you need to do is go inside administration, go to sites. Let me zoom in for you guys to see. Go to administration, go to sites. Within the sites, right click on your site or your SCCM server. You want to go inside client installation and you want to do software update based client installation. Okay. Once that loads up, it's disabled. So what you want to do is enable it. Enable software update based client installation. That's what you want. Come on. What's going on? There you go. Awesome. So this is basically your client is going to be pushed through WSUS. Okay. So we are going to click apply. Okay. And hopefully, let me see, right click on that again. Client installation, software update points. I'm going to make sure it's okay. Enable. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. That's it. I mean, we're good to go. We created within assets and compliances, we created 2 collections, all workstations, all servers. We got our software update points installed, but we're having some problems. I think I'm having problems because of those. I think I'm having problems with the WSUS stuff because of the new technical preview SCCM. Damn. So that means I got to do a little bit more research. Oh, that's good to know, Q. Thank you for letting us know. See, I learned something new. Thank you. See? I love when you guys tune in and give me stuff like that. Come on. I love you guys. Thank you. I didn't know that. That's good to know. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Thank you, Q. So Q stated, the Windows update policy isn't necessary. It will be created in the local GP when the client is installed. I never knew that. So that's awesome. Thank you for letting us know. I see, this is the stuff that I look for you guys for. You know, it helps me. So let's go briefly what we done. We installed the software update point. That was a disaster. It looked like it was successful, but it was a disaster when we initiated our first synchronization. I gotta test that stuff behind the scenes. Again, I will take snapshots of everything that I do, and I will follow up on the next video. It's not one of those things that I'm gonna fix it, and the next video I'm not gonna tell you about it. I'm definitely gonna tell you about what I've done, my adventures of getting this thing up and running, because that's how we learn. I'm go over my notes. We did that. We created a collection. We created all servers, all workstation collections. That worked out with no problem, so that was fly. Appliances, and yeah, we went inside device collections and we created all servers and workstations. At least that worked out, so that's awesome. I'm happy about that. We added a web service point and website point, and within our IIS, I confirmed it is there, but it looks like I'm having a little bit of permission problems, so I might have to fix that and troubleshoot that, because again, when I tested all this out within 1703, I didn't have any problems. Now, because I upgraded to 1706, I'm having a crap load of problems now, so I definitely need to work on that, or probably submit a ticket with Microsoft and see if I could get support. But I want you guys to confirm, when we open up IIS, this wasn't here. Right, the SCCM application catalog, SVC wasn't there. I don't think it was there. And within application pool, this guy wasn't there. When I load it up, it tells me that I'm having permission issues, so I might have to go in there and configure the permissions. I know in the past with SCCM 2017, you need to go inside and go, I believe, shoot, I'm trying to remember. Damn, I'm clueless right now. Yeah, but I have to fix the permissions for that to work. So I'm definitely gonna get that up and running for you guys. Let's check this one out. This is the web services log thing, and it hasn't done anything. Well, the stuff has been installed, so I just need to fix the permission stuff. The next thing that we did is, I'm just going over some of the stuff that we did. We configured the client setting, and within the client setting, we did client policy, we did computer agents, and we did software updates. We modified a couple of settings within those three things. It's really up to you what you want to do within your infrastructure. I can't really tell you, okay, you need to do this is going to work. You have to go inside and go over all the settings for it to work on your environment. But before we go, let's click on our console. And let's go inside our go to administration, client settings. Let's right click on this guy and hit deploy. Yeah. The one that we want to do is workstations. So I want to deploy this on all the workstations. So click OK on that. And it's going to do its manage deployment. Awesome. So right now that's being deployed. I have to see if it grabs. All right, cool. So we just deployed our new client settings. Remember, we created a client settings, and from there, that's where we assign our client policy, computer agent, and software updates. And we just deploy this guy to the container, or the collection that we created together within assets and compliance. Remember, we did all workstations, so I pushed that stuff into that. So I'm gonna give it some time before we check that. We configured our client installation properties. You know, I provided a cache log max history, a max log history, and also the cache size. There's a crap load of installation properties that you could go over, search them. They're definitely within the TechNet site. You just have to find them and pick the ones that it feels right within your environment. We configured a GPO, and the GPO basically points to our WSUS server. And we confirmed that this machine right here. All right, come on. Yeah, this machine right here has the policy, is pushed out to it, so that's great. So the GPO is working with no problem. Mr. Q stated that the Windows update policy isn't necessary. It will create it will be created in the local GP when the client is installed. So that's something new that I learned. So I can add that to my belt. That's awesome. And last but not least, we make sure we enable the software update base, which allows us to take our client and install it within WSUS so our machines could get it. Awesome. No problem, Ronnie. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a wonderful sunny day. Be safe. And I'll catch you on the next one. All right. So once we did that, I just went inside administration and client settings, and I just pushed this guy out to all workstations. So I don't know how long it's going to take, so I know on that. I'm going to right-click on here and do a little PowerShell. And the little PowerShell that I'm going to do is git dash Windows update log. See if that loads up. Come on. And then we're gonna check our sus stuff. Again, I probably need to do some more testing behind the scenes, but like I said, whatever I do behind the scenes, I will document everything. I will take snapshots. You're probably gonna see another PowerPoint of me going over all the stuff that I've done to get everything working. Because next week is a big week for me, and we're going to be migrating our MDT, our current MDT server that we've been working with, or we built together, to our SCCM, and we're going to deploy an operating system. So I'm super excited for next week. And what's going on? There it goes. All right, so I'm going to do is get Windows update log. Hit enter. Awesome. This right here, this nice little PowerShell command is going to create a a file within your desktop, which is right here, and it's a log file. So make sure you have the CM trace. The CM trace is a portable exe file, so you could drop it in. You drag it and drop it anywhere, copy and paste it anywhere, just double click on it. And again, you get a dialog box stating, do you want this to be the default program for your log files? Say yes. So let's double click on that. Let's take a look at what's going on. What's going on? It's loading up. Let's zoom out. And 1 hour and 40 minutes. Going strong. Let's take a look and see what's going on. All right. It's taking. Well, I'm checking out logs right now to see if it picked up anything. But the best thing that you could do is you could go into all settings and initiate a Windows update and see if something pops up. Let's go to updates and security and see what's going on. It's some settings are hidden or managed by your organization. Let's check for updates. See if anything pops up. Go back into our SCCM. I'm going to check WSync Manager again. I don't know what's going on. Again, I tested everything out on 1703 and it was working with no problem. Damn, that's what I get for upgrading. Always. So 4 o'clock keeps on telling me to WSUS update source not found. Please refer to W info configuration. So I gotta do some research. I gotta do some research because I know within 1703 I had everything working, and right now it is causing a crap load of problems. So I don't want to waste everyone's time. So I'm gonna end it right here. Got people dropping off. Again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in every Saturday at the serving room. We did a lot today, but next show we got more to go. We got more to do. I will work my butt off to get all this stuff up and running. I will document everything. I will tell you guys what I've done, what I did, how I got everything working. Do not worry about that, because I will go over all that stuff. Trust me. Look at that. I'm having a crap load of problems with the new build. Damn it. Yeah, it looks like it's reading the SQL connection. So I need to fix this. I need to fix this. All right, so as always, thank you guys so much for everything. Let me see if I could bring. As always, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate all the love, the passion. Those that have tuned in for the show, thank you. We've done a lot. There's a lot more to do. I have to fix all these problems. Again, I tested everything out with 1703. I had no problems. As soon as I upgraded to the latest technical preview, stuff started breaking. I don't want to waste any of you guys' time. Hopefully you guys felt that this was successful, or you learned something, or you picked something up. If you have any concerns or comments or tips or trick, don't leave it at the chat, because that's the live chat, because that stuff disappears. Make sure you leave it once the video is fully processed within the channel. Go back, leave a comment, leave it there, so I can see it later on. Again, hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace out. All right, so how you end this? I think this is how you end it, right? I'm going to stop it. I'm definitely... all right, bye.